now for a week. I said, I'll give you what you want. Since you want it, we'll try it, and let's see if it works or not. I don't know. Also, first stream since I got the box of Pokemon cards last week. No Pokemon card unpackings earlier today. 0. And I suspect that's because it wasn't a Pokemon stream. It wasn't a trading card stream. You know, no one really cared. This is available on any stream, but we didn't get any earlier. So we'll have to see what happens tonight if anyone's interested in doing it. If you missed today's morning show, I had a whole segment about the grading of the rarities of these, like to know what cards are more rare and more valuable and what aren't. And also a listing of like the top 10 cards in this set that we're looking for when we're opening packs. Some of the more valuable cards are over $200. And I know what ones they are now, which is really cool. Also, by the way, I have a new app. I actually forgot to mention this. I have an app that actually works this time that scans the cards. So you scan the cards and it instantly gives you the value of the card that you're about to, or that you just unpacked. So now when I see, the final card, the big card, the full art card or whatever, and we scan it, we'll know what it's valued at right away. Won't have to wait and look it up or anything. We can actually get the answer, which is really cool. So if you're interested, $50 contribution tonight. Again, from any source. It could be 10 subs. It could be 5,000 kicks. It could be 17 memberships. It could be a $50 super chat, or it could be a $50 tip. We'll do a live unboxing at the end of the stream. The only exception will be if it comes in now. If we get any contributions now before we start with the game, then we'll do the unboxings first. Get them out of the way. All right? But I don't know if anyone's going to contribute tonight for it. No one did during 007. I'm not surprised. So who do we got tonight? Let's do some shout-outs. On the YouTube side, we got Sky Jogger, him main character, Dark Lady Goth, Paul R. If I'm not going to sell the cards, why do I care about the value? Because isn't that the whole thing? If you want to know if you have an incredibly rare card and know that it's in your possession, much like I have a retro game collection in my closet. I really have no intention. I'm going to try this again. First of all, why try Blaze? Let me ask you this question. Okay? Honest question. Do you have a box of Pokemon cards? I want to see if he'll answer. Do you actually have a box of Pokemon cards for yourself? Do you have one? Let's see what he says. You got your Dreamcast at the aquarium? Well, that's a weird place to get one. He says, yes, he has opened boxes before. Okay, good. So you've done it before on your streams. Good to know. Okay? Now, when you open a box on your stream, how do you go about doing it? Like, what is your mentality of figuring out how to do it? Honest question, okay? How did you get your idea of how to open packs on your stream? What's up, Dark Maggot? How are you, man? Competitively and running tournaments, says the villain. So competitively, everyone played on a Dreamcast back in the day. Everyone established that as the tournament standard because it became way too expensive to maintain arcades and lug giant cabinets to tournaments to have them. So the Dreamcast version became the tournament standard for games such as Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, as well as CVS 2. However, when the Dreamcast started to break and it started to become way scarce, people decided they were going to convert over to other versions. And quite frankly, the PlayStation 2 versions of most games was really good. However, Marvel 2 was the exception. Marvel 2 ran poorly on everything but Dreamcast. So Dreamcasts were actually the only format on which people played Marvel 2 tournaments for like a decade. Seriously. And so it was hard. It was tough because imagine going to a tournament in the late 2000s, where Dreamcast has been outdated for a decade, right? The thing went out of business in like 2000 or whatever, whenever they stopped making them. And you're trying to maintain this. What they had to start doing, they had like a black market for selling replacement parts and shit for it when they got damaged or blown out or whatever. It was a pain in the ass. It really was. So that's why for most games, everyone converted over to PlayStation 2, which was insanely common. And then when I ran tournaments, most games I ran on PS2. In fact, I bought several PS2s to run tournaments on. And then we had to basically have people come in and donate the use of their working Dreamcasts to even hold a tournament for Marvel 2, because most people didn't even have more than one or two because they were so rare and valuable. Okay, so Why Try Blaze basically says he opened one box once and it was just for fun. He just did it as a random thing on his stream. Okay, good for you. You have the right to do that. You want to know why you have the right to do that? Here's why. Because you opened your wallet and you went and you bought this box of cards for yourself, okay? And then you decided to do it however you wanted. You could have done it completely for free. You could have done one pack a day for a whole month. You could have done multiple packs in one day. You could have charged people for it. You could have given it away for free. You could have kept the cards for yourself. You could have given the cards away. Do you want to know why you have the ability to do that? Because you're the streamer. You choose how to make content, and you paid for the box yourself. It's your property. So do it however you want. Okay? I have headphones right here. Sometimes I use them. Sometimes I don't. I like to use them when I'm playing a game that I think surround sound benefits me, like an FPS game or maybe a horror game, and I want to immerse myself. Other times I say I don't want to. You want to know why I can make that choice? Because I bought those headphones. Because I bought the Roland Bridgecast audio interface device, and I can make the choice of what to do with things that I bought with my own money. And no one has any right to criticize you for doing things with something you bought with your own money. At all. If they do, they're morons. And their opinion doesn't matter because they didn't spend their money for it. You did. When will people stop trying to answer to an internet hate mob of idiots? Okay? No one has the right to say, oh, you're not doing it right. Fuck you. I'll do whatever I want because I'm the creator. I'm the streamer. Whatever the market will bear is the way that they say it, right? So I could open these up right now, and I have 19 packs left, and I can open them up free of charge to everyone. Or I can charge you guys for it. Or I could go in between. I could keep them for myself forever. I could sell them. I could give them away. I could do whatever the hell I want because I'm the one who's the captain of this ship. And if you don't like it, tough shit. You're not on this stream. I am. That's the way of things. A lot of people don't seem to understand that. I don't know why. I guess they live in some fantasy fucking world where they think that their opinions matter. They don't. Okay. No, see, that's the funny part. He said, well, their opinions matter. No, they don't. Because you want to know something? The people who criticize that kind of shit don't support the content. The people who are like, oh, that's not right. You would actually charge someone to open a pack would never contribute to open a pack. They also would never contribute for the stream in any way. They just sit here and criticize and whine and bitch because they're internet bitches. I don't care about internet bitches. I haven't for a very long time. If you haven't noticed, I've stopped trying to appease the trolls and idiots on the internet because they don't affect me. So I ignore them. I don't give a shit about your very irrelevant opinions. You are nothing. You're farts in the wind. You smell for half a second and then you're gone and I never have to see you again. So why do I give a shit about you? And there you go. Why Try Blaze says, personally, I would open a pack myself instead of paying someone to do it. Good for you. And you have the right to do that. You absolutely have the right to do that. And you should. And I'm not going to criticize you for it because that's your right. No, I don't play in tournaments anymore. I don't play fighting games in any serious capacity to care. Pete Eric, but again, what you have to understand, he says, but is it worth behaving like this? More people will dislike you. No. People will dislike me anyway. It doesn't matter how I act. No matter what I do on stream, people will always frame it as a negative thing and basically say, oh, we hate Phil. So I don't care. You understand? I've gotten to that point in my career where I'm good. I don't need to kiss butt anymore. I don't need to worry about what the masses say. In fact, the more that the masses say about me, it doesn't even affect me. These idiots get millions of views on fucking Reddit and TikTok and fucking X and shit, and then they steal my content. They make toxic videos. I'm still here doing very well for myself. I don't care about them. They're irrelevant. They live in their own parallel fucking universe of, weirdo belief systems about me. It doesn't affect me. Why do I give a shit what these morons who's never going to show up to support or like my content say about it? I don't. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is a very fun game to mess around with, to stream in some way. Like I said, it is available if you want to open a pack of Pokemon cards at $50 contribution. We could do that. However, I'll be honest with you. I didn't think it was going to happen earlier for 007. It didn't. I honestly don't think it's going to happen tonight for Subnautica. Like, this is a day where we're not doing Pokemon. We're not doing anything card related. I actually don't think that audience that's interested in it is going to be here today. So if you like the content, if you like Subnautica 2, if you're happy that I'm playing it now that you've asked for it, please support the stream for that reason. Okay?